Welcome to one of the most incredibly impactful countries on earth, a country that once you walk on its land and experience its strange magic will stay with you forever. That country, of course, is India. India has the second largest population on the planet. Only China has more people. And India will almost certainly catch China over the next couple of decades, perhaps quicker. There are 1.3 billion people in India in an area half the size of the contiguous 48 states of the United States. I will remind you that I want you to memorize both the population of China, which is 1.4 billion, and the population of India, which is 1.3 billion. The United States has the third largest population with 330 million people. And again, more people live in India than on the entire African continent. And more people live in India than in the entirety of both North and South America combined. Wrap your head around that. It's amazing. But unlike China, India is a very linguistically diverse and dense landscape that is really unrivaled in Asia. And again, unlike China, India is an incredibly diverse country ethnically. And India, as I've already pointed out, is also a religiously diverse and complex landscape. Let's look at that linguistic diversity. Because of the invasions from Central Asia thousands of years ago, the northern Indian landscape is overwhelmingly dominated by languages related to the Indo-European family of languages. These are the languages spoken natively by people from northern India through extreme Western Europe, hence the name. And of course, they're the languages that were imported 500 years ago into the Americas by European colonial powers. These languages have roots in languages that originated in Central Asia thousands of years ago and then were spread through the movement of those same people who domesticated horses and rode across the Eurasian continent, propagating those languages and conquering the people. The single largest indigenous language in India is Hindi, which is an Indo-European language. About 40% of the population can speak Hindi, though not all of that is as a first language. But this language is spoken natively in the northern part of India, which means in southern India, few people speak Hindi. However, because of British colonialism and the manner in which the British handled their empire, that is, spreading their language and education system, India, weirdly enough, is the largest English-speaking country on earth, larger than us. About 30% of the population speaks English, and English is spoken throughout the country, but almost no one there speaks it as their first language. Because of that, English is the South Asian lingua franca. This is a Latin term that means common language. English is the language of the government, of transportation, of education, of the media. You see it written almost everywhere in India. Now, it's a mixed and matched language with local languages. So you will see one language written and then you'll see English. And you'll see a different language written and then you'll see English. Or you'll hear one language spoken and then you'll hear English. Or you'll hear a different language spoken and then you will hear English. But people in India do not even really look at English as a second language. It's very strange. They look at it as part of their linguistic landscape. It's really cool. As someone said to me, German, French, Mandarin, these are second languages in India. English is expected of anyone who goes through school. Southern India, on the other hand, is dominated by a completely different language family, the Dravidian family of languages. These are completely unrelated to the Indo-European languages. They might as well be Mandarin. Are these the languages of the Indus River Valley civilization? Maybe, but that's really an unknown commodity. Look at this map. The yellowish color are the Indo-European language areas. Notice that they're in the north. The purple represents the languages of the Dravidian family. If you look closely, you can see the Sino-Tibetan family, which includes Mandarin, and the Austroasiatic family. In some ways, India is like several dozen little countries all glued together as one country. Let's end this part with something I saw throughout India. Signs advertising help with the SAT, the TOEFL, the GRE, and the GMAT. All of those are to get into American educational institutions. They see, rightfully, our higher educational institutions as the greatest higher education institutions on earth. You've heard of them: Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford, Cornell, UCLA, UCI, and Santa Ana College. These are the greatest institutions of higher education on earth. That is something we should be rightfully proud of. Let's keep it that way.